Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is an absolutely stunning CR-V. This is a 2-litre EX manual, finished in white, which always looks good on these, but this one's got a few bits done to it. Exterior styling with the side steps, rear spoiler, extended rear bumper, but also you can see there it's fully colour coded as well, which looks absolutely stunning on the car. 52,000 miles only. Comes on this lovely private plate, which comes with the vehicle as well. Goodness knows what that's worth. Front of the car, really clean, really nice with the extension down there. Lights and lenses, clear, intact. Bonnet, incredibly clean, can't see any obvious indentations on there or chips. Near side, beautifully smooth in the panel work. Side front alloy in very nice condition. Inside rear alloy likewise. Coming around the back, and the rear 3/4 angle. Always my favourite angle for the ones with the kits. It looks absolutely stunning. And the back again, all very nice and clean. Offside, driver's side. Beautifully smooth in the panel work. Offside rear alloy, again, lovely condition. And main panel work, again, absolutely stunning. Final alloy, can't fault. I mean, it really is in glorious condition. Let's come to the back of the car now. Absolutely cavernous boot. Load liner fitted, so the carpeted area underneath, it's all in very nice condition. It's coming to the back, there's a huge amount of leg room, and the front seats are set for me, and I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm not cheating. Leatherwork in very good condition for a car this age, and certainly for one that's been used with family use in mind. Full set of rubberized mats, Honda ones. Front of the passenger side, again, very clean and tidy. Passenger seat itself, very nice condition. Give the driver's door card, again, really clean and tidy. Footwell areas on the driver's side, again, super condition. Driver's seat, super order. So inside the car now, engine's running as always, so the dash is illuminated, which again is in superb condition. Sat nav, you can see working exactly as it should. Rear camera likewise, which complements the front and rear parking sensors. It's come down, it's just been kept really beautifully. Come to the main dash binnacle, the engine's running, no warning lights on. I think I said 52,000, I meant 54,000, and it's 522 miles. Video doesn't really do justice to the car. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a rather fabulous Honda CR-V. It's a 2-litre EX manual, registered R15SRC, and with 54,522 miles recorded. The reason we do these videos, and actually especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. The reason we've always felt it important is very simple. It's because, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out that unfortunately there's an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. So the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, as I said, it's a wonderful looking car this, and it drives every bit as well as it looks. Push button start, engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. And temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. As I say in pretty much every video where it applies, Honda build the best 4-cylinder engines in the world, and for a multitude of reasons. Most people know about, which is basically just how tough and reliable they are. They are the toughest and most reliable engines in their class by quite a long way. They're cam chain driven. There's no cam belts to worry about on them at all. But what Honda also have is just how pleasant the engine is to use. It's docile, it's tractable, it's economical, but when you do put your foot down, you get a lovely induction, smooth, sweet power delivery. It's just so nicely done, and when it does rev, it's keen to keep revving. So you can go along, rowing it in the sort of very low revs, or put your foot down, utilise all the power. But it's your friend in all that. It's just got such a sweet edge to it, as I said. Engine then feeds into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, absolutely perfect. Bike point exactly where it's meant to be. And the gearbox, as with all Hondas, is superb. First of all, positioning of the gear lever, your hand falls naturally to it. The angle of plane of change, again, is simply perfection. So literally there's no kind of coming down here to change gear, dislocating your shoulder trying to change into second or something. It's small, snappy movements of the gear lever rather. But what I've always loved about Honda is they've put huge amounts of effort into these things. The gear change could easily go into any other manufacturer's more sporty cars. It's that nice to use. It's got a crisp mechanical action to it. It just feels absolutely fantastic, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new, by the way, just zero wear in it. So coming on to the steering and chassis of the car, first and foremost, these are family cars. They're not meant to be sporty in any way, shape or form, and it's not. And this is where it frustrates me when I listen to certain car testers who basically just want to drive Ferraris all day. So when they get into something like this is as great an achievement in some ways as a car that handles brilliantly. That's a sporty car like a sort of M3 or something like that, because it's designed for one purpose, to get people from A to B comfortably, safely, but they're fighting against things. It's a compromise between having a comfortable ride but not being too wallowy in the corners because there's a taller vehicle, and it starts with the steering, really nicely weighted, precise, accurate, never ever feels nervous at all, but it flows with the chassis beautifully well. It also, by the way, tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. But what the chassis gives you is this very compliant, very well judged ride. It's really well damped. You can get in some cars which, especially on test drive, can feel really nice, very sort of soft and comfortable. But then when you start going through corners, like this one here, you turn in, you get lots of body roll. But what's worse is you get a lot of secondary kind of motions going on, which can be incredibly nauseating for particularly rear seat passengers who might not be concentrating on the road ahead. And this is what I think is the genius about these cars, and always has been. Honda have done these brilliantly for years. They are very satisfying, very capable to drive, but as I said, not sporty, but they still allow for the right amount of comfort for the passengers. Incidentally, no clonks, no rattles, nothing underneath the vehicle that shouldn't be there at all, sort of clonking away. Brakes on the car, so just picking up a bit of speed to get the brakes up. Really good on the car, powerful, no pulsing, no vibrations at all, so all in fine fettle. It is hopefully later today actually heading off for an MOT, which is done independently of us. So all these things are going to be checked anyway, so I don't want to pull out in front of the oncoming car. Then finally coming inside the car, the first thing you notice when you get into a CR-V is just how well made they are. No squeaks, no rattles, really well done. You also notice the visibility is terrific in them. Lots of people come, maybe they've not had an SUV before, and their initial thought is, oh crikey, it's quite big, you know. But every single person, bar none, who's driven one, in my experience, has got out to them and been really surprised just how easy it is to drive, and that helped by the fact they don't feel intimidated by, you know, poor visibility on the car. You've got a very low dash line in front. You've got huge wing mirrors either side, which help you with manoeuvres and lane changes, that kind of thing. But it's a car that, you know, immediately you kind of feel at home in. The dash layout itself is really nicely done. It's a very, very highly equipped car, but it's also one that you can master within a couple of days of driving. It's very simple and easy to operate, and all working perfectly. Sat nav, again, nice and easy, one of the nicest systems you're ever going to use, which incorporates obviously Bluetooth for hands-free and music. Dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you really want to. It also is pumping out absolutely ice cold air, so that's working perfectly well. Ooh, sorry, just see a rabbit about to poke its nose out in front of me. All of the switch gear has that lovely high quality feel that you get with a Honda vehicle. Then you've got heated seats, again working exactly as they should. And in front of me, a dash binnacle, which is lovely. It's just simple white on black dials, as it should be. Just very crisp, easy to take the information in. You're not kind of squinting to get the information you want. And then you've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel, and it is in lovely condition in here. The one thing you won't see in a CR-V, whether it's got four-wheel drive or not, and this is four-wheel drive, is any buttons to activate it, because it does it completely automatically. Honda worked out years ago that the vast majority of people will be driving just as I am right now, where you don't need four-wheel drive on. So basically, the car runs in the most efficient way possible the whole time, which is two-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. Only when it needs to go into four-wheel drive will it do so. So if you, for sake of argument, if you're pulling away on mud, snow, ice, whatever happened to be, before you could physically react and press a button, it instantly engages the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and seamlessly as well, and then disengages it as soon as it no longer requires it. And it is a fantastic system. We've got it on our CR-V, or plural, I've got one as well. And you know, we tow a caravan across some pretty muddy pitches on occasion, and we've never ever come close to getting stuck with one. The fact that it's not been used very often gives it a lot of advantages, or three that stand out. You're going to get through your tyres less quickly, you're going to use less fuel, and it puts far less mechanical stress to the vehicle as well. So much so that in nearly 3 decades now, selling thousands of CR-Vs, I simply can't remember putting a spanner on any of them in terms of the four-wheel drive system. So it is a robust system. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it, brief as it might well be, is just to show the car operating and feedback on any issues, of which I can't find anything at all.